Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy Dalyxman. Welcome to another live video. And today is a Q&A, the 59th, number 59 for my Q&A series. And you know how it works, guys. I come up here and I answer your questions as much as I can and as much time as I'm allowed to. I always start off on Facebook. Then I go to Twitter, and then I go to the live chat. And I just get your questions. You keep them coming. I answer them. And then when I'm done and I'm tuckered out, I'm gone. It's always fun to do these with you guys. It's a good chance for you to get to know me more as a wrestling fan or personally. By the way, you don't just have to ask me wrestling questions, although I know you will because this is a wrestling channel and you're wrestling fans. So most of the questions will be tailored to wrestling, but you don't have to just stick to wrestling. You can give me any question. The Super Bowl is on Sunday. I watch football, so give me some football questions if you want. I play video games. Give me a video game question. But this is a good time for me to interact with my audience, and I love doing these Q&As. And you know what, man? At this point, you guys are all I got. It's bad enough that YouTube has pretty much crapped the bed on my channel. Let's be real, guys. You guys know that I haven't been used to get. My subscribers are up and down. YouTube said it's fixed, and I have been seeing some surges in subscribers. I haven't been losing, but I still am, growing little by little. The channel is not as it's not as good as it once was in terms of popularity and viewership. And maybe that's on me, or maybe it's just the fact that many people here on YouTube are doing what I do. There are 10,000 people doing reviews and live reactions. And if I'm going to stick out, I got to mix it up. So tell you what, tune in to this month. In February, your boy Dalyxman will be delivering some new content. We'll be doing things that nobody else does. I won't be just giving you topical videos. I won't be just talking about dirt sheets. I won't be just reviewing shows. I want to give out different stuff. I want to put out stuff that nobody else does. And we're going to see what happens. I think you guys got a glimpse of that when I did my satirical, the satire raw review. I want to do more of those. I want to see the more I do them, the more responses I get. I want to see what else I can get out of these. I might just mix it up and do something completely different. We'll see. I just got to be able to find the time to do that, of course. But February is going to be a very interesting month. I'm going to be exploring different ways to give out content. But tune in for that later. As for right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to it. Let's talk about the Q&A. Let's get to the Q&A. First question. Let's see what the first question is. Of course, this will be the first question. Ever thought of becoming a wrestler? What would your character be? I thought about it. I don't know. I just think, first off, look at me. I wouldn't last 2 seconds inside the ring. I would probably be like a Bobby Heenan, Paul Heyman type, the kind of person that talks more than he wrestles. And when he does wrestle, he gets his ass kicked in 10 seconds. I would be the jobber. That's the kind of role I would be seen more as. I talk a big game, then get my butt kicked. So I'm just being real. If I was to ever enter the wrestling business, it would be as a writer or a commentator. I would not be a wrestler. I would have one match, and it would be a squash. Or someone would help me out to win, and I'll have like 10 seconds of offense. And that's it. I wouldn't do anything else. But that's just how it is with, your boy Dalyxman dropped his phone. Luckily, he has a protected case. But that's just basically what I would be when it comes to entering the wrestling business. Next question. What is the most embarrassing moment of your life? Ooh. Now the question is, which one do I choose? No, when I was 6, 7, let's just go with 6. I had a group of friends who were not the best people to be around. They made me do things to prove I was a good friend to them. I was 6, very impressionable. I didn't know what I was doing. And these were a group of people who were 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. So basically, I shouldn't be hanging around them. But I was, because I wanted friends. To prove how good of a friend I was to them, basically, they made me stand in front of the road as cars came by, pull my pants down, and moon them. Oh man, just me talking about it was embarrassing. Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was bad. Luckily for me, those guys went away after a good while, but I soon learned that I didn't need to do that to get friends, because man. But you asked me what my most embarrassing moment was. That was my most embarrassing moment. So there you go. Yeah, let's move on from that, because I still hate thinking about it. Oh, I like this one. If Goldberg wins the Universal Championship, then Brock Lesnar beats him at Mania. How does WWE book Brock Lesnar following that post-WrestleMania? Do we have another 4-month drought without a champion? Plus, it hurts the Jericho and Owens feud not being for the Universal Championship. Well, let's talk about that, because rumor going around right now is that Goldberg will fight Kevin Owens at Fastlane for the Universal Championship. And if that happens, yes, he will beat Kevin Owens, without question. The only thing I can see stopping Goldberg from beating Kevin Owens is, of course, Brock Lesnar interfering and costing him the match, which could happen. But if not, honestly, first off, why would Brock Lesnar do that? Why would Brock Lesnar risk the chance of winning the championship? If Brock Lesnar was to screw Goldberg out of that championship match, first off, it would further emphasize how irrelevant that championship is. For Brock Lesnar to go out of his way to just completely screw Goldberg out of it and ruin his chances of winning it. I don't think that's a good idea for the championship. I mean, I don't care what they do. If you want to make the championship match, the Universal Championship match, Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho, okay, I guess that's the best way to go about it. But at the exact same time, if you're trying to add some prestige to the championship, why would you not want to have Goldberg versus Lesnar for the title? I'm just saying, it's a new championship. You would want this title to be competed for between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. So honestly, I'm going to go with what you said. I do think Brock Lesnar and Goldberg are going to be for the Universal Championship. I do think Lesnar's winning it. I don't know what they would do. Lesnar goes away because his contract says he's only allowed to appear a certain amount of times each year. So he'll win the championship, have a match at SummerSlam against, dear God, Roman Reigns. I don't know who else. I would love for it to be Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe will most likely go to SmackDown after he's done with his run on Raw. If Samoa Joe is still on Raw, well, no, I want to save that match. Let's save Samoa Joe and Lesnar for WrestleMania. Let's not blow that off. I guess it would be a great time to do Cesaro. Screw it. Cesaro and Lesnar at SummerSlam. I would go all the way with that. I would love that. And then I guess he would come back for a Survivor Series too. I would do maybe... I wouldn't do Finn Balor. I wouldn't do Sami Zayn either. Oh, that's hard. Braun Strowman? We'll see. We'll just have to see what they do. But Brock Lesnar, if he wins the championship, he'll make an appearance at SummerSlam and then Survivor Series. And then another appearance at Royal Rumble and then WrestleMania next year. WrestleMania next year is when his contract expires. So I do expect for him to not resign. And I do think he'll drop the belt at that WrestleMania to whoever. And please don't be Roman Reigns. It'll probably be Roman Reigns. So we'll see where that goes. Yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on that question. What do you think about Pentagon Jr.? and Phoenix leaving AAA and possibly Lucha Underground because both of them are free agents right now. Whoa. I didn't hear about that. Well, it sucks because I thought Pentagon Dark, or Pentagon Jr., and Phoenix were both very integral players for Lucha Underground. They might be integral players for AAA. So that's going to hurt Lucha Underground for sure. But I will say this. If they're free agents, go to NXT. Come right to WWE if you can, if they will allow you. Be a tag team because we need some new tag teams in WWE first off. But they would be awesome. They would be amazing in NXT and WWE. They bring that Lucha Libre style that the WWE is lacking right now. And I think they'd be perfect for the company. And they already have a reputation. Cierro Miedo and Animo. So, yeah, I think they would work very well for WWE. If that's true, if they are indeed released from Lucha Underground and AAA. I do know that Lucha Underground and AAA share a relationship. So, if they do end up leaving AAA, I guess that means they're out of Lucha Underground. That sucks if that's true. Seriously. But moving on here. Do you watch JD from NY206? I don't. And that's because I'm already watching too much content as it is. The only people I watch in terms of wrestling reviews, I still watch Slag Daddy, OTRS Central. I still watch Good Mic Work. I listen to Solid Monster. I listen to podcasts, Jim Ross, Jericho, Jim Cornette. I might go outside of that here and there. I might tune into Conan, or I might tune into other podcasts. Everybody has a podcast. But it's just one of those things where I don't watch that many people anymore because, first off, when it comes to wrestling views here on YouTube, everybody's basically the same. Hey, I'm being honest with myself too. I am part of that group that's the same. We might have different views on the subject, but we all do the same type of commentary. We sit down, we talk about it in a specific order, and we say that this match is good, this match is good, this match is good. This match sucks, this match sucks, this match sucks. This is a must-see show. This show sucks. Don't watch it. We all do the same thing. So after a while of hearing or seeing the same type of review for the first four people, the fifth, sixth, and seventh, and so on gets kind of redundant and gets kind of boring. So I'm going to be real with you. I only tune into the people I just said. Twitwow, I didn't say. I tune into those guys as well. Nobody does different reviews. I just kind of feel like after you've seen the same four people do the same kind of review, I don't really have time for a JD from NY206. And I've seen some of his stuff. He's not doing anything different from me. I'm sorry. I'm just telling it like it is. He doesn't do anything different from me or OTRS Central or Good Mic Work. He just has more subs. Congratulations to him. And the more people we get talking about wrestling, the better for wrestling. That's fine with me. I don't know if Bruce Blitz is still doing reviews. If he is, I have no idea. But I guess for me, I don't know. It's just right now, I'm just sticking with the people I know. I might expand outside of that in the future, but no, I'm not really watching a JD from NY206. Not because I think he's a bad commentator. I just don't have time. It's just the same people doing the same stuff, and quite frankly, he's not doing anything different from us. So why don't you and Good Mic Work have more subscribers? You both put on great content. First off, thank you. Who said that? Steven. Thank you, Steven, for saying that. I don't know. Like I said at the beginning of this commentary, part of that is a YouTube thing, the algorithm, and the fact that there are so many people doing the same stuff that we're doing. It's kind of hard to really grow our fan base off of that. You have to remember this. Good Mic Work came in during a time where and when what we're doing now was done rarely. Not everybody was doing it. So he came in at a great right time, and he built a popularity during that time. I came in a little after him, but I didn't get popular until my mashups hit WWE's YouTube channel. And that's when I got that big influx of subscribers for both my second channel for mashups and this channel. But even when I left the WWE YouTube channel, I was still gaining subs and I was still gaining viewership. I mean, I think I'll dare say this, I think post WWE mashup run on WWE's YouTube channel, I was getting more views than I was when I was on WWE's YouTube channel. I think even now, the most viewed wrestling video that I've done so far was my Royal Rumble 2015 review, which got over 300,000 views. 300,000 views. And I can still remember to this day, I made a ton of money off of that, and I got a lot of subs off of it. I don't think I hit a video that got that many subs or that many views, but I've still managed to make a good name for myself. I used to average 40,000, 50,000 views a review. I don't do that anymore. I'm barely cracking 10,000. I think that's just the way it is now. There are so many people on YouTube. It just makes it very hard for me and Good Mic Work to really grow. But we know that. I've accepted that as it is. I just know, for me, I just have to stand out and do my own thing. And I can do that. I've always said that I can be the different wrestling reviewer. I just have to take the time and get the resources to do that. Now, Good Mic Work, on the other hand, I've always felt he was underrated. I've always felt Good Mic Work deserves more subs than any of us. I don't mind saying that about Good Mic Work. And he knows that. I told him that. Screw We Are Pro Wrestling. And, oh, no, excuse me. No, sorry. I didn't mean that. I like We Are Pro Wrestling. Who did I mean to see? What Coach of Pro Wrestling? Good God. But for real, like, screw me. Screw anybody else. Screw them. Screw any wrestling reviewer you know. Good Mic Work, to me, deserves all the subs. I think he should have been the one to do what Coach of Pro Wrestling is doing. So that's just how I feel about it. But thank you guys for giving me the time of day. I see a lot of people in the live chat saying that I deserve 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate that. Maybe I'll get there one day, but I need to do something that's different from the pack if I'm ever going to grow to that level. So that's me. That's the reason why I don't have as many subs as I probably should have. If the Rollins injury is legit and we miss him for WrestleMania, how would you book Triple H for WrestleMania? I wouldn't. Seriously, why does he have to wrestle at WrestleMania? I've always wondered that. Why does Triple H only have to wrestle at WrestleMania? For me, if Rollins, and this is what I heard Rollins, the injury that he got is only going to put him out for weeks. 8 weeks. So he can still come back for WrestleMania. If they don't want to bring him back at WrestleMania, then have him come back at the next pay-per-view or SummerSlam. Why does Triple H have to wrestle at WrestleMania? That's my thing. Screw it, having him wrestle at WrestleMania. If he's not going to fight Rollins, don't wrestle. Hold off the match until later. Don't just throw him in a random match against Samoa Joe. That makes no sense. I heard people say, I see it right here in the live chat. People saying Shane McMahon versus Triple H. I guess that works because it plays into the family feud he has with Stephanie. But at this point, that would be shoehorned in. There is no reason for them to have a match at all. Unless it's some forced supremacy. If Triple H beats Shane McMahon, he gets control of SmackDown. And knowing WWE, that's what they'll do. Triple H invades SmackDown and says, I want to take control of SmackDown, and I'm going to do it by beating up Shane. Seriously, it's blah. I just think, for me, for right now, Triple H can go without that WrestleMania bonus. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. He has millions. Stephanie has millions. He doesn't need it. He can wait until SummerSlam and make money there. So that's my thoughts on that. I don't think he should wrestle at WrestleMania. But the other part of your question is, what would you do with Samoa Joe during this time? Um, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, man. What would they do? Because I think they brought Samoa Joe up with the idea that he's going to wrestle Rollins. Rollins is not going to be at Fastlane. Unless this is a work and he does wrestle Samoa Joe at Fastlane, fine. But unless that's the case, they might just send him back down to NXT and just say this was a one-time thing, one-off deal until he comes back. And then they have Samoa Joe and Rollins, and then he does Triple H afterwards. So, oh, man, the story is so perfect. I do wish there's a side of me that kind of wishes that it is a work. Like, I wish that I wake up on Monday and it is revealed to be it's all revealed to be a work. Dave Meltzer was a part of it. The Dirt Sheet sites were a part of it, and they all fooled us. And then we still do Rollins and Samoa Joe at Fastlane, and then Rollins and Triple H at WrestleMania. That's what I'm hoping for. It's not going to happen. More than likely, if Rollins does come back and wrestle, it will be against Triple H at WrestleMania. So, hoping and praying that the injury isn't that bad. So, but that's a good question, man. Let's see what happens. WWE kind of fell into a dark one, a crap pile here. Do you think WWE is going to do Randy Orton versus John Cena at WrestleMania? I do not think they have the guts to do John Cena and Randy Orton at this point at WrestleMania. The fact that they're doing the matches SmackDown. Yeah, SmackDown next week. Lets me know that it's not going to happen at WrestleMania. Let's see. If not, who do you think will be Cena's opponent? I want it to be Samoa Joe. But since he's on Raw, I heard that Cena is going to team with Nikki Bella, and then they'll take on Miz and Maurice, which honestly is a good mid-card feud. That's all I got to say about that. It's just a good mid-card feud. But you know what? Check this out. Why not do Dean Ambrose versus John Cena for the IC Championship? What's Dean Ambrose doing? Nothing? Okay. What's Cena doing besides working with Nikki? Nothing? Okay. Why not do Dean Ambrose versus John Cena? Hell, we could end up turning Dean Ambrose heel against Cena? Come on now. A heel Dean Ambrose versus John Cena for the IC Championship. Who would complain? Who would complain about that? Exactly. That's what I would do. Let's see here. But no, I do not think Orton and Cena are not going to have. I don't think those two are going to have a match at WrestleMania. They don't have the guts. That match will be crapped on. Do you play online? And if so, what games and what's your game tag? I only play online when it comes to two games, and that's Mortal Kombat, Ryback Comeback, Mortal Kombat 10 or X, and Overwatch. And Overwatch is filled with trolls. It's getting to the point that I don't even want to play it anymore. But yeah. Those are the two games I play online. And no, I'm not telling you my game tag because too many people would bother me. I don't want to be bothered. It's private. But thanks for asking. Who should fight Triple H if Rollins can't go? Nobody. Just had to say that. If WWE were to go out of business tomorrow, what company would replace them as the big company? I guess New Japan. I mean, TNA isn't really at that spot or in that position to do what WWE is doing now and would be able to do if they were to go out of business. But TNA, ROH, I don't think so. It would be New Japan, honestly. That's what I would say, in my personal opinion. Do you think the IC and US titles need to be redesigned? No. I don't think either one should be redesigned. I honestly think they should leave them the fuck alone. Why are we trying to change everything? Why are we wasting our time with all of this craziness, man? I don't think either one really should be no. That's just my opinion. I don't think either one should really be changed. Look, I don't know. I just think it's a waste of time. Personally, I like the Universal Championship. The Universal Championship. No, I hate that belt. Redesign that. Yes, redesign that belt. I was trying to say the United States Championship. I like the design. It actually looks better, first off, than a Universal Championship. But it's one of the only belts that feel like a belt that has lineage to it, because it's been around for such a long time. It reminds everybody of the history and the people who won it. So keep the design, keep that design. I don't understand for the life of me why anybody would change the IC Championship belt. Why would you want to change that belt of all belts? Why? To me, that's the one belt that should not be changed. Ever. Why would you want to change that belt? I've been loving the design since Cody Rhodes brought it back. Why? Like, because we can put the big W on everything? Screw the big W. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that they would want to change any belt, honestly, because especially these two belts. What's wrong with WWE? Trying to change everything and just trying to own stuff. That's the problem. WWE is just trying to own everything. They're trying to copyright stuff so nobody can steal it and they can make money off of it. I'm just money hungry bastards. No, guys, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's necessary. They do not need to sorry, I lost my page from it. Come on, get your page back to Dalyxman. There we go. They do not need to redesign those belts. They're going to do it anyways, and I'm pretty sure we're going to hate it. We're just going to hate it. But just like Roman Reigns, they're going to just do it anyways because they suck. What do you feel is the worst wrestling match of all time? Michael Cole versus Jerry the King Lawler, WrestleMania 27. First off, oh my God, where do I start? This match being held at WrestleMania as it is already a bad idea. The fact that it went as long as it did made it even worse. Everybody just looked like crap. Nobody looked good. I hate it. I hate that match with a passion. The only other match that comes close is Jenna Marbles versus Booker T's wife. I forgot what pay-per-view it was, but it was on TNA. Oh, that match was horrible. Oh, God. But yeah, that would top my list as the worst wrestling match of all time. What match do you think, what match you can think for Dean Ambrose for WrestleMania? Wow, that was worded different. That was worded weird. But what match can I come up with for Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania? Like I said, John Cena versus Dean Ambrose for the IC Championship. The IC Championship is the only belt John Cena has not won. Seriously. It's the only belt he has not won, except for the Divas and Women's Championship. Put some lipstick on him, they'll give him that belt too. But that's the only belt that's escaped him. So I do see him going after that belt. Just to say, I've won it, I want it, I want it, I want you, and I'm coming to get you. And Dean Ambrose is like, you know what? Nah. You ain't getting my belt. Basically, that's the view, right? But yeah, that's the match I would do. The draft is coming soon. Who would you send to Raw and who would you send to SmackDown? SmackDown, I would send Samoa Joe and Cesaro immediately. No. Really back. Samoa Joe, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn to SmackDown. Please send them to SmackDown. All three of them, SmackDown. As for Raw, I don't want to send anybody to Raw, honestly. I don't want to send nobody to Raw. I don't. You know what? I'm going to be a douchebag and just send people I don't find that interesting. Kurt Hawkins, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. There you go. That's a completely unfair trade. I don't give a damn. Raw got all the good people. SmackDown needs to get somebody. Share, goddammit. Share. Do you think if Daniel Bryan was never injured, could he have been one of the greatest of all time? I would say top 5. I do think he is one of the greatest of all time, honestly. I think he would definitely be top 50. Like, why would you not want to put him in top 50 of all? Seriously, if you look at the lineage, you look at the history of wrestling, you look at what the greats did, you look at all the stuff that they've went through, all the championships they won, all the feuds they've had. To me, you look at Daniel Bryan's career. Not only did he have a ton of championships in the indies, not only did he have a lot of great matches and phenomenal feuds in the indies as Bryan Danielson, but if you're going off of his WWE career, there is no argument. Multiple time U.S. champion, multiple time World Heavyweight champion, multiple time WWE champion, IC champion, has beaten some of the best wrestlers, John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H. The list just goes on. I honestly don't see why he would not be in the top 50 list, on someone's top 50 list. Better yet, they can go ahead and stamp his Hall of Fame ticket. If he never enters the Hall of Fame, we really need to look into what it takes to be in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, guys, I'm telling you right now, absolutely, Bryan. Let's see here. Yeah, I would put him in the greats of all time. Not top 5. Sorry, the top 5 is reserved for Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, The Rock, Austin, and Hogan. I love Bryan, but he's not cracking that top 5. I wouldn't even have him crack the top 10. I would definitely have him be in the top 50. Top 30, maybe, you know. But to answer your question, if he never got injured, I can definitely see him cracking top 20. Absolutely. Is Dean Ambrose versus James Ellsworth a good idea for WrestleMania 33? Hell no. Hell no. Sorry, I just think that's... No, absolutely not. Sorry. Since commentary keeps mentioning Charlotte's streak, a pay-per-view streak, do you think they are planning on getting her to a solid number like 20-0 before she drops the belt? Well, 20-0 would be, because she's already at 16-0. I think that's pretty cool as it is. So she's already at 16-0 because, you know, Ric Flair's 16th record, 16-time champion. Fastlane would be 17. WrestleMania will be 18. 19 would be the pay-per-view after that, and 20 would be a pay-per-view after that. Here's my thing. I would have Charlotte, in my personal opinion, I would have her defend against Bayley or someone at Fastlane, win that, go 17-0, and then have her brag about her streak being better than her dad's. You know, I went 17-0 on pay-per-views. My dad couldn't do that. I'm better than his 16 World Championship reigns, you know. And then she loses at WrestleMania. You know, something like that. Personally, I don't think it going to 20 really matters. I think this is enough as it is. This pay-per-view streak is good enough, and she'll be remembered for that. It's gonna feel weird without Charlotte in that the World Championship. Sorry, the Women's Championship picture, because she's been in it so long. It's hard to picture her without it. But we'll see how that works. Is WWE stupid for booking Cena and Nikki versus Miz and Maurice as Nikki's farewell match? No. I mean, first off, it's rumored, so we don't even know if that's going to happen. But even if it does happen, if that is Nikki Bella's last match, her farewell match, that's the best way to go out. I'm not going to complain. First off, Cena's not in the title picture. Why complain? It's a feud with The Miz. It's a new, fresh feud with The Miz. It gives them both something to do. Why complain? I wouldn't complain at all. So, no, it's not a bad idea. I'm fine with it. To show homage to their new Japan match, would you like to see AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the IC Championship at WrestleMania 34? Sure. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm not complaining about that at all, baby. Baby! Let's do it. Who has been the better booked underdog, sympathetic, struggling babyface during their stints on the main roster? Becky Lynch or Bayley? Oh, Becky Lynch, absolutely. Bayley doesn't even feel like an underdog right now. That's the problem. That's my problem with the feud with her and Charlotte. Bayley's beaten Charlotte on Raw, and I think she's beaten her like 4 times. It would be one thing if Bayley lost every single match to Charlotte. Then you have a story. Then you have something to go off of. Because then it's the whole, okay, she can't beat the streak, but let alone she can't beat Charlotte. That's the story we need to go off of. But she's beaten Charlotte 4 times. What's the struggle? Where's the struggle? Becky Lynch lost almost all of her matches on Raw. Every single match on Raw. Then she went to SmackDown, had to win a 6-pack challenge, and then lost the belt to Alexa Bliss in a tables match. And she's been struggling to get that belt back because Mickie James and people are screwing her over. So Becky Lynch is definitely the better booked babyface. And he actually said it. Let me read to you what this guy said. I'd say Becky Lynch, and you would be right. Because she's been booked to overcome greater obstacles, I agree, such as struggling to win her first championship for over a year, good, only to get screwed over by Mickie James, good, and etc. While Bayley isn't booked to struggle like she did in NXT. Exactly. You get it. You're a smart guy, Isaiah Webb. You're a smart person. Is he in the live chat, by the way? I don't see Isaiah in the live chat. Well, you should be in the live chat, sir. Why aren't you in the live chat? Join my live chat. Matter of fact, all you people I answer questions with. David, Alfredo, Daniel, Ivan, can't say your name, Zach, Rohan, that guy, Devin, Josh, Jason, Luca, Miguel, Eric, Marquise. Oh my God, Marquise, Chip, Canyon. Who better than Canyon? Sorry, Bruce, Steven, all of you. If you sent me a question, you should be in the live chat, sirs, ma'ams, peoples. I'm offended. I'm gonna stop answering your questions. No, I'm joking. I'm not. But yeah, just to kind of wrap up what you just asked me here. Yeah, I don't think it's a competition at all. I think Becky Lynch is definitely a better book babyface than Bayley, and they fucked Bayley up big time. Will Ty Dillinger ever win a world championship on NXT? Okay. I can't really say he will. I don't know if he's the kind of guy that needs to win it. Can I just say that Ty Dillinger, first off, it's good to have a babyface that feels like a babyface. It's always good to have those. When it comes to Ty Dillinger, the whole aura around him, the whole reason why people love him so much is because he struggles. His entire career is a struggle. His entire career is built around him getting this close but never succeeding. I don't think, this is just me, I don't think he needs to win the championship because him struggling is part of his aura. But do I think he will win it? That's the question you asked me. Yeah. I think he will win that NXT championship against Bobby Roode. Yeah, I think it will happen. That's just my opinion. I think it's a perfect story. I think it's a great story for WrestleMania weekend. Why not? So yeah, I do think Ty Dillinger will win that NXT championship. But I'm just telling you right now, he doesn't need to win it. That's just my opinion. Would you ever write for WWE? Absolutely. Well, let me reel that one back in. I would write for WWE if given the freedom to actually express my ideas. If they handcuff me, I'm gonna quit. I don't like being handcuffed. I like my ideas being unfiltered. I do like being vented and, in a sense, being heard and then being reflected back at me with the ideas of other people, or just being reflected back with this idea of criticism that we don't think this is gonna work because this, and this. Like, okay, let's try this, and this. I don't mind sharing my ideas, but don't tell me that I can't think of this way, or can't think this way, or can't think this way, or can't think of this, or can't think of that. No, I want to be able to come at you with my ideas unfiltered. If I can't do that, I don't need to be in WWE. Okay, here we go. First off, I want to thank you for being an awesome YouTuber. Thank you, man. I am always intrigued by your thoughts and opinions on wrestling and make it much easier to keep up with wrestling. Well, I'm glad I'm doing my job right. I appreciate that. My question for you is, if you could choose one person from each company, WWE, NXT, ROH, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Lucha Underground, and book them in an Elimination Chamber match, who would you put in it? Oh, that's good. Let's do this. WWE, AJ Styles. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Shibata. Ooh, Lucha Underground. Pentagon Jr. Who else you got? TNA. I don't know. Jeff Hardy. Yeah, Jeff Hardy. There we go. ROH. I don't know who's in ROH that's good. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Adam Cole? Jay Lethal? Let's go with Adam Cole. And the last one is NXT. Shinsuke. So let's see what I did. Let's see what the crappy match I just came up with. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Shibata versus Pentagon Jr. versus Adam Cole versus, who was the other person I said? Who was the TNA guy again? I forgot my own TNA guy. Jeff Hardy. That's not too bad. Hey, that's not a bad match. Would you pay to see it? I just I was going for the Adam Cole baby thing, and then I hiccuped at the same time. That was weird. That felt weird. Oh my God, it happened again. Adam Cole, baby. There, I got it out. So here we go. Undertaker, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Goldberg. In 5 years, I would have to imagine all these guys will be retired. Please be retired. If any of those names are still wrestling after 2020, there's an issue. What will WWE do when all these legends are done? Create new stars, hopefully, or they'll be out of business. I'm serious. If those guys leave and they can't create new stars, they're done. Close the doors. It's over with you. Like turning Roman Reigns heel, please do. What would be the pros and cons of NXT extending its weekly program to 2 hours? I do think 2 hours is a bit much for NXT because you lose the roster rotation, you over-exaggerate, and you over-utilize your talent, therefore exposing them more to injuries because they're already getting hurt, and they're doing an hour. Well, no, actually, the reason why they're getting hurt is because they're doing the hour tapings, and then they're also doing the live events. But regardless, they're already getting hurt, as you can see. Why would you go to 2 hours and make it worse? And then that means their live events will have to be 3 hours. So that's more time for the creative writers to write more. That's more work for Triple H, more work for the production team. It just really stretches the load out more than it really needs to be. So 1 hour a week is good, and then 2 hour specials are fine. Keep it as it is. But pros? Well, it's more exposure. More TV time. See, I trust NXT more than Raw to actually use their talents more substantially. That's what I'm looking for during those 2 hours. I feel like with NXT, I can watch them more and feel like I got my money's worth. You know, companies like Lucha Underground and NXT have that faith. They have that faith in me. Or I have that faith in them. They have that faith in me. We believe in you, Dalyxman. But I have faith in them to make that work easier than Raw does. Jesus. Will you ever buy a Roman Reigns t-shirt? What do you think? You know what? I say that now, but I think when he turns heel, I might be the first one to buy his t-shirt. So I won't say ever, but we'll see. What type of character should they have given to Apollo Crews? I honestly don't know. I don't know. Honestly, if I had to choose, I like what TNA's doing with Bobby Lashley. Yeah, I would book Apollo Crews just like that. Seriously, I would book Bobby Lashley. I would book Apollo Crews just like how they put Bobby Lashley. Just be a destructive, no-nonsense destruction monster machine. That could kick everybody's ass and do all kinds of crazy stuff. I would love to see it. Would you like to see Ty Dillinger versus Curtis Axel? Or, excuse me, would you like to see a Ty Dillinger and Curtis Axel perfect 10 tag team? Because, you know, perfection the son of Mr. Perfect, and then of course 10, perfect 10. Couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt. Just saying. Let's see. Just to ask, are you and Preston cool with each other? We're cool. I think what's happening with me and Preston is that I don't have the time to interact with him anymore. That's just it. He doesn't show up a lot on Twitter. He doesn't show up a lot for wrestling. When he does show up, I interact with him a little bit. I don't have any issues. Would you be open to doing Wrestling Paradise again? If I had the time, yeah. At this time, I don't. And I told Preston, and we discussed this. If we can't dedicate ourselves to Wrestling Paradise, we don't do it. Period. I don't like half-assing stuff. I either am in all the way with it, or I'm not in it. And I told him that. And when he went on his on and off phase last year, when he was into wrestling and out of wrestling and into wrestling and about wrestling, I told him, dude, we can't do Wrestling Paradise when you're like this. And he told me, I agree. So we don't do Wrestling Paradise anymore. With that said, that does not mean that we can't do a collab in the future. So we'll see what happens with that. If Reigns faces Taker at Mania, how would you book his heel turn? Let me put on my fancy booking cap. So we already have a good starting point. We have Reigns eliminate Taker. Simple as that. Let's have Reigns fight Braun Strowman at Fastlane. And he is, based off of what I'm seeing. He should lose. He should lose to Braun Strowman. Okay? So, Reigns lost the Universal Championship match. And he failed to win the Royal Rumble. And now he can't beat Braun Strowman. To me, that's good. A good ground to start off with the heel turn. Because here's my thing. Roman Reigns is the kind of person that should not like to lose. That can be a really good storyline. Now, it's easy for him at first when he lost. You know what? It's cool. You know, he lost to Finn Balor. You know what, man? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, man. You know, because, you know, he's a good guy. He's a good man. No, to me, Roman Reigns should hate losing. And play up the storyline that he's been losing a lot as of lately. A lot. You know? And that would play into his ego. Because that's the kind of person that shouldn't like to lose. Why would anybody like to lose? It would make him a lot more interesting, by the way. But he's been losing a lot. He can't get anything off the ground. He shouldn't be the John Cena. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's okay. I'll just get a new title shot anyways. I'll just get a title shot anyways. No, fuck that. Fuck that. If he loses to Braun Strowman, it should be one of those things where it's like, here's how I see it. He loses to Braun Strowman, he gets no opportunities. He goes to Stephanie, I want a shot at the Universal Championship. And Stephanie tells him, no. You can't. You've been on a losing streak. You can't beat Braun Strowman. Why should I just give you one? You're not John Cena. You're not a big name. You're just Roman Reigns. And then Roman Reigns goes, okay, you don't think I'm a big name? You want to see me make an impact? He goes out and calls out Taker. He calls out Taker. And 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 it gets to a point that he's obsessed with Taker. Because to him, Taker is the kind of person, he's the one item, he's the one thing that's going to separate him from being seen as a legit player, as an A-plus player, or just a nobody. Because he can't get a Universal Championship shot. He can't beat everybody else. The only chance that Roman Reigns can actually get a chance to fight Taker, the only way that he can get a chance to be seen as a legit guy is to beat Taker at WrestleMania. Do something that only one person has done before. That's beat Taker at WrestleMania. You know? I just think that to me would be a great basis for a heel turn. Personally, and I think he should get nasty. I think he should get vicious. I think he should demand, like, I want Taker. I want Taker. And maybe assault Taker when he shows up. Because let me just tell you this. If he's going after Taker, he's going to be a heel. He's got to be a heel. Yeah, that's how I would do it. That's how I would book. And he should be hated. And he should be hated, and he should be completely despised. So there you go. Seeing as how Seth Rollins might miss up to 8 weeks due to his knee injury, and there is a possibility he might not be able to compete at Mania, what What do you think of Samoa Joe moving to SmackDown and costing Cena the title at Sutton Chamber and them having a feud at Mania? I love that idea. Was it Daniel? Yeah, Daniel. Good idea, man. I think he should have gone to SmackDown anyways. Because that's the feud I would have done. I would have loved to have seen Samoa Joe and John Cena. We might still see it, but I think it should happen at WrestleMania. But yeah, I like that idea. Thoughts on Cena versus Orton facing each other for the millionth time next Tuesday? It is what it is. I don't even want to complain about it anymore. Quite frankly, if the match happens, I'm just not going to watch it. Or I'm just going to zone out. Because when Randy Orton said, that's the match everyone wants to see, and they think they don't, but no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You're out of your mind if you think I want to see that match again. I don't want to see it. But yeah, it is what it is. It's just going to happen. Get it out the way so we can go on to Orton versus Wyatt. Please. Let's see here. Your thoughts on the new WWE Champions mobile game. Haven't played it. Not going to. If Paige returns to WWE, would you like to see her move to SmackDown and feud with Alexa Bliss and Mickie James? No. I think Paige should stay on Raw and feud with Bayley because Bayley needs a feud like Paige. Bayley needs that feud. First off, that's an awesome feud to do. Why would we not do Paige and Bayley? Come on now. Those are two different sides of the spectrum. I would love to see Paige versus Bayley, especially if Paige is a heel. Come on now. Besides Roman Reigns recently, were there any title wins in any promotion that you felt were forced? Besides David Arquette? No, I'm joking. There's plenty. I guess I just gotta choose one. I'm trying to think of one, honestly. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go to a WWE one. Let me see. What one did I hate? Okay, here's one. Hornswoggle as the Cruiserweight Champion. There. That's one I can just think of right now. I hated that run. That was horrible. With AJ Styles most likely not winning the WWE title chamber, do you think the next best thing is for him to have a IC championship match instead of facing Shane McMahon? No, because I don't want to see AJ versus Dean Ambrose for the IC championship. I don't. I'd rather it be Cena and Ambrose for the IC championship. I don't know what AJ would do. See, and that's the problem. I do feel like AJ is about to be snuffed. If he's not fighting Shane McMahon, they might not have anything for him. So I hate to say it, but Shane McMahon might be his only good match. Shit, I would love Bryan to come out of retirement and fight AJ, but Bryan, if he does come out of retirement, he's gonna fight The Miz. So, yeah, damn it. You know, it sucks. I hate that. So we'll see. They might actually give AJ the belt back, and we'll do AJ and Cena again at WrestleMania. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see. How much longer do you think Hideo Itami will wrestle in NXT? One more year. I think the end goal is to have him win that NXT championship, but then eventually go to the main roster. That's what I feel. Can you do more NXT, ROH, IPW, IWP, WCPW, and WNJPW reviews? Basically, do more non-WWE reviews because I'm done watching Raw and SmackDown because they're depressing me. Well, if you request it, I might consider doing it. Seriously, if you request more reviews from other promotions, I might actually watch you to do it. Do you think that Shane and Daniel Bryan should be moved to Raw and Stephanie and Mick Foley should be moved to SmackDown? No, I don't. I think the dynamic actually makes SmackDown feel a lot more special. And if we move Stephanie and Mick Foley to SmackDown, nobody's going to care about SmackDown. Just saying. What are your thoughts on BG James becoming the new head writer of SmackDown? What? Wait, what? What happened to Ryan Ward? When was that a deal? I didn't think he was the head writer of SmackDown. What the hell? What? I thought Ryan Ward was the head writer of SmackDown. Please tell me that's not true. Is it true that freaking Road Dogg is now the head writer of SmackDown. Because if it is, I am scared to death. I thought Ryan Ward did an excellent job. So someone in the live chat, talk to me. Talk to me right now. Right now. Is this true? Is Ryan Ward no longer the head writer of SmackDown and BG freaking James replaced him? If so, what happened to Ryan Ward? Is he on Raw now? Wait. Okay, thank you. They're both head writers. Well, that's okay. It does get me a little bit nervous, but okay, I guess that works. Well, as long as he has someone to bounce off of, we should be fine. Thank you. Do you think he's moving to Raw? No. Apparently, they're both the writers of SmackDown, so we'll be fine. If Shinsuke Nakamura was ever called up to the main roster, what would be his role, and what would he be? What would he be? What would be his role, and who would he be on either? Oh, okay. Let me try that again. Blah, blah, blah. If Shinsuke Nakamura was ever moved up to the main roster, what role would he be in, as in face or heel? And what show would he be on? SmackDown, babyface. I'm sorry, you can turn him heel. It's not gonna work. Shinsuke is a natural born babyface. No matter how much you try to get the fans to hate him, the fans will like him. It's like AJ Styles. You can't make fans hate AJ Styles. You can't. You can't. He's too good. What was the last great year in WWE, and what, in your opinion, drove most wrestling viewers away from the WWE product over the last 15 years? Well, there's a lot of issues with that. The fact that they don't create new stars anymore, that's one. The 3 hours is hard. 3 hours is not fun to watch unless you're doing a YouTube channel like me, and you can make money off of it. But no, you can actually do something with it. The fact that we lost a lot of good names. Austin, Rock, Taker, people dying, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, the deaths in wrestling is also a big turnoff. The fact that wrestling just never connected with the audience. It never really understood its fan base. It never understood what the masses were watching it for. And it basically just said, screw it, we're not going to do this anymore. So that's them. That's WWE for you. I don't care what anybody says. WWE has lost its luster. And I think it has the tools to get it back. Do I think they'll get it back anytime soon? No, I don't. Because I don't think the people who are running the ship right now understand what they have and how to use it. I think day by day, we're getting people in the company that do know what they're doing. And I think once Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn step down and Triple H takes over, we might actually see a resurgence for WWE. But until then, deal with the Goldbergs and the Brock Lesnars and the Takers and the Triple H's and all the old folk who come in to have the one more matches and the M&M's and the bibbity bobbity boos and the beep beep boobs. I'm just in all the who's. You never know. But yeah, man, that's sad. That's one of those things about wrestling that just kill me every single time. You know, it sucks. It really does suck to know that all these fans have left wrestling. But what else can you do? Now, some people right here are saying PG killed it. PG is an issue. Let's stop 1 minute. You can tell me all you want that PG is not really an issue because you can still make a good show with PG. Yeah, but you know what? WWE has done poorly with PG. That's the issue. They can't write PG. They can't. They can't do it. You can't do it, can't do it. Sorry, they can't write PG very well. So I honestly do think that is an issue. But all the stuff I said is part of the reason why fans left. And they don't tune in until a Goldberg or a Brock Lesnar comes back. Sadly. Worst WWE champion in the last 10 years. Great Khali. Sorry. Do you think Samoa Joe will be punished for hurting Rollins? No. It happens. Seriously, it happens. Thoughts on the rumored new title designs? I already talked about that. I don't want to. I hate it. I think it's terrible. Do you think that Asuka will lose the title at TakeOver Orlando? If it's against Ember Moon, yes, she will. How long will Chris Jericho be around? I heard he's going to be around until Mania. I think he's going to go do a tour with Fozzy. Cool with me. Awesome for him. What is your favorite Attitude Era moment? Oh, there's too many. Oh. Vince McMahon pissing his pants after Stone Cold Steve Austin came back after he was fired and embarrassed him. One of my favorites. What do you think about Roman Reigns wrestling in a vest? Wrestling in a vest. I think it's stupid. There. That's all I gotta say. I think it's stupid. All right. So that's Facebook. Now going to the Twitter. Twitter. Now everybody go Twitter, not Twitter. Don't say Twitter. Go Twitter. Like King Booker. Bow to your King Booker. Twitter. Twitter. Here we go. All right. What's your thoughts on the Steelers? I don't have really any thoughts on the Steelers. I'm just happy they're not in the Super Bowl. Seriously. I'm pretty sure there are some Super Bowl questions here. Yeah. Who do I think will win the Super Bowl? I hope the Falcons win. I don't want Peyton. Well, I was going to say Peyton Manning. Sorry, wrong person. Tom Brady. Both of them get on my nerves. So I don't want Tom Brady winning another championship. He doesn't need one. Seriously. I want the underdogs to beat the big guys. Texans came this close. Texans came this freaking close to beating Tom Brady. That close. But then our freaking quarterback screwed things up. Damn it, man. Next year, J.J. Watt's coming back. But yeah, I think Atlanta will win the Super Bowl. Do you have Flow Slam? I don't. Do you think Billy and Peyton will feud in 2017? Probably. I'm not against that. Why did Sami Zayn block you? Okay, let's address this real quickly. So, Sami Zayn blocked me because the wind was blowing north. Oh, I'm joking. He blocked me because the wind was blowing south. I'm joking. He blocked me because the wind was blowing. What I'm getting at is, I don't know why he blocked me. I just found out that the son of a bitch blocked me. I don't know why he blocked me. I'm a big supporter of Sami Zayn. I don't know where this came from. I think it's bull crap. I think it's bull corn. And I'm offended. I'm really not offended. I don't think he's a son of a bitch. But I do think it's weird because I don't remember. I don't know what I could have said or could have done to get blocked. Now, apparently, I'm not the only person that was blocked by Sami Zayn. I think it's a YouTube thing, but nothing's being resolved about it. So I don't know. I don't know why I was blocked by Sami Zayn. I posted on Twitter. I've since posted on Twitter that if you guys could send him a tweet, just a tweet, to get him to unblock me, that'd be great. It's gonna be kind of hard because he has so many subscribers and so many notifications every single day. But if you guys want to get me unblocked by Sami Zayn, that's what you gotta do. It sucks. I don't know why he blocked me. I think it's a bunch of bull corn. I ain't hurt my feelings. My feelings are hurt, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. So hopefully he'll probably unblock me because it is bull corn. Bull corn. Is that it? Yeah, because the rest of this is just why did Sami Zayn block you? Why did Sami Zayn block you? Why did Sami Zayn block you? Oh, what's the worst pain you've ever been through? Wow. I mean, I've got cut in my wrist one time. I didn't break my leg. I snapped my ankle one time. That hurt like a son of a bitch. I'm trying to think what's the worst pain. Oh, I know what the worst pain was. So when I was cut, this is a cut here, if you guys can see it. Well, let me see. Let me make sure you guys can see it. You probably can't see it because of the light. Let me do this real quick. Okay, now if you can see that, probably can't see that scar because it's out of the light. Come on, light, show the scar. Okay. You probably can't see that, but basically what happened was I was cut right here on my wrist, and I went to the hospital, and they stuck like 4 freaking needles. It was like a big open wound. It was fleshy and stuff. They stuck like 4 needles into it. I wanted to cry like I was 10 years old, so yeah, it hurt. But I wanted to cry like a freaking drama queen. It hurt like a mofo. That's the only pain I can think of as of right now, as of why it hurts so much. But yeah, I can imagine what these wrestlers go through on a regular basis, man. Because I've been there. I've been there, man. It's just crazy. Me and my friends back in the day used to actually wrestle. Like, not really wrestle, but like we have a trampoline in someone's backyard, and I would go out play a character, and I would get powerbombed. They would put me in the ankle lock. They would put me in the walls of Jericho. That shit hurts. That shit, even if they're not trying to do it, that shit hurts. So, all right. We are now going to the live chat. And the live chat, give me your questions. Let's just go through them. Let's just fire them. Fire off whenever you're ready. And I'm going to answer them every time I see one. So, here we go. Who is next to debut on the main roster? I was going to say Asuka. You know what? That's a safe bet. I'm going with Asuka. That's my next pick. Now, I was going to go with the Revival. But because of TM61 being injured, I do not think they're coming up. I do think the Authors of Pain, Revival, and maybe Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, they're going to have a feud for that championship for Orlando. So that's just who I think is going to come up next, Asuka. Let's see here. Who is better, JBL or Y2J? Y2J! Why is that even a question? Absolutely. Not trying to make fun of you, but I'm sorry. The wrestling god comes nowhere close to the best in the world and what he does. Do you understand what he's saying to you right now? Otherwise, you're going to get it, you stupid idiot. Because it's the gift of Jericho. Drink it in, man. And we're back. All right, let's see. Favorite non-WWE match? Shoot, I have to choose. For the sake of time, Kota Ibushi versus Shinsuke Nakamura, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Wrestle Kingdom 9. Yes, Wrestle Kingdom 9. Do you think NXT should be live every week, basically? Yeah, actually, I would love for them to go live every week for an hour. I think that would be great. If they can make that work, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. That would be great. But, you know, maybe it's good that they do tapings because then that's more money. The WWE doesn't want to spend and blah, 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 blah. So, do you think SmackDown has too many commentators? Absolutely. Way too many. David Otunga needs to go. He needs to go. You don't need 4. You need 2. But if you're going to have 3, JBL, Mauro Ranallo, and Tom Phillips is fine. But get rid of David Otunga. Get rid of him. What is your favorite finisher? Stunner. I didn't have to think about that one. Who would you book in an intergender one-on-one match? Intergender one-on-one match. Today? In WWE? Well, I guess Nia Jax versus Braun Strowman. That's all I got. I'm sorry. That's what I got. Have you seen Eugene's YouTube channel? I didn't know Eugene had a YouTube channel. Link me to it. I want to check that out. Thanks for answering my question. You better be. No, I'm joking. It's a pleasure, man. Do I want to see a women's elimination chamber? Let's do it. Man, let's go. Only if it involves like the legit top 6. And I'm talking Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha, Becky Lynch, Alexa, and Naya, I guess. I would love to see that match. Put money on it. Put that money on it. Did I just do 5 on it? Okay, let's go on because I'm getting tired apparently. What is your biggest fear? My biggest fear is that God doesn't exist. There, that's literally my biggest fear. I'm not even joking here. The idea that we live in a world without a God, that's scary. That is scary. I am a Christian. I am someone that has a religion. I'm not saying you have to believe in it. I respect people's views on the world. I'm not going to hate on you if you're an atheist or agnostic. But to me, you can't look around you. You can't look at the sun. You can't look at the fact that there's an entire universe out there of planets, of unknown life forms that probably we will never discover. You can't look at the fact that us human bodies just so happen to have these organisms, these organs to mate with each other. And this idea that when you die, you don't have anywhere to go. That's scary, man. I'm sorry, but my biggest fear is that God doesn't exist. You can't go outside right now, look at the stars and the moon, and go, there is no God. Because what created that? What created the sun? What created the moon? What created Earth? What made all this? What made air? What gave us the ability to do what we do? We don't just have it. I'm just being real with you. To me, you ask this, you open this box. For anybody to say that there is no religion, there is no God, I just kind of go, then how do you explain all this? That's just my opinion. So there you go. Do you think Goldust will ever have a run with the WWE Championship? Doesn't need to. He's already a Hall of Famer. Nothing wrong with that. Who's your favorite superhero? Superman. Superman is my favorite superhero when he's written right. Let me put that next to it. When Superman is written right, he is my favorite superhero. The whole deal with Superman is that we have this guy that can pretty much do it all. He can fly. He can see through walls. He can run so fast that he changes time, or basically has time go backwards. He can break the sound barrier. He's super strong. He can breathe in air. He can breathe in outer space. He can move planets. And basically, his strength is unlimited. Well, it's unlimited when he's in front of a yellow sun. When he's in front of a red sun, he basically is a human. But what makes Superman interesting is not the fact that he can do all that. It's the fact that he chooses to be morally good. When you have that much power, when you have someone that can pretty much do it all, to be morally good and not have it corrupt you, that to me is awesome. I want to be that. I want to be able to have power and not be corrupted with it. And it's not the fact that he's not challenged with it. I do like the stories that write him in as his morals being challenged. For instance, one of my favorite Superman movies is Superman versus the Elite, where Superman has these anti-heroes who kill villains, and society has grown to like the Elite more, prefer how the Elite takes out the villains more than Superman, who just puts them in jail because he feels like the law needs to be respected, and if the law has cracks in it, the citizens won't respect it, and therefore chaos will ensue. But there's that idea of, well, if we don't eliminate these people, they're just going to come back and continue to terrorize the world. And that's why you should kill them. And I do like the fact that Superman was challenged. His morals were completely pushed against the wall. And they actually created the idea that, what if Superman decided to kill everybody? First off, nobody would stop him. But it was a very scary imagery of Superman deciding to say, screw it. I'm just going to kill everybody that I feel or see as a villain. It was scary. But it's good to know, he chooses, he didn't go down that route, but he chooses to be morally good. But that's what makes Superman awesome. It's not the fact that he can do all this crazy stuff. It's the fact that his morals are constantly challenged and he's choosing to always be morally good because he can. because he's able to. When you have that much power, you can withhold or withstand a lot of things. So yeah, absolutely. Superman is my favorite. Let's see here. Will you ever see 90s, early 2000s Kane again? Will we ever see 90s, early 2000s Kane again? And his retirement match, yeah. But other than that, no. I think he's about done. On a beauty scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Ada from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Oh, the actress is a straight up 10. She is gorgeous. Can be my wife. I'm just saying. Gorgeous. What do you think about Finn Balor versus AJ Styles? Now that's a match I want to see. If we don't have anything for AJ Styles at WrestleMania, do that match. AJ versus Finn Balor, make that a cross-promotional match. Absolutely. Heck yeah. That's a match. Yeah. Finn Balor versus AJ freaking Styles. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyways. Do you think Naomi is underrated? She's always been underrated. Let me tell you guys something about Naomi. When that chick gets an opportunity to explode, watch out. And I love that SmackDown is actually giving her a shot. I think Naomi versus Alexa Bliss has a lot of potential. Not just that. I think if there's ever a chance, ever a time to give her that championship, it's at WrestleMania. You want to know why? Because she's from Orlando. I would do it. I would have her win that championship at WrestleMania. She doesn't have to hold it long. But I do think Naomi versus Alexa Bliss should happen at WrestleMania. Absolutely. Would love it. It says it right here. Naomi should win the SmackDown Women's title at Chamber. You think she should win at Chamber? I don't know if she'll win in the Chamber. I think she should win at WrestleMania because that's the time to do it. Well, we'll see. If you were a female wrestler, what would your gimmick be? I guess I'd be Jillian Hall. Oh, come on. Please tell me you remember Jillian Hall? Here she came out with that microphone. You know you want me. I laughed so hard. I used to laugh so hard at Jillian Hall. If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. Oh my God. It was so bad. Absolutely. But yeah, I guess Jillian Hall. Couple more questions and I'm out of here. What did you think of the Boogeyman? I liked him. I didn't hate him. He was good for the show. Yeah, that's it. He was just good for the show. Based on where things may go with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., do you think we'll get Ghost Rider versus Ada? Sure. I wouldn't have any issues with that at all. Would you see Sasha versus Bayley at SummerSlam for the Women's Championship? Yeah. And I think that would be a great feud and a great match to have at SummerSlam. With Sasha as a heel, by the way. With Sasha as a heel. What are your thoughts on Sensational Sherry? Rest in peace. Love Sherry. Loved her work. Very entertaining. One of the best heel managers in the industry of all time. Very underrated. I'm actually shocked she went into the Hall of Fame before Miss Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth should be in the Hall of Fame very soon. Very soon. Am I ever going to get a haircut? No! I like my hair. Don't be hating. Don't be drinking that haterade. Hating on my dreads. No! All right, two more. Two more, guys. What do you think is the worst finisher of all time? Oh, my God. All right, last question. Which WWE superstar do you think fits in UFC other than Brock Lesnar? So what WWE superstar do I think would be good in UFC? Shinsuke Nakamura. Seriously, I think Shinsuke would kick ass in UFC. And he actually does kickboxing, so I know he'll kick ass in UFC. Other than that, That's it. I don't think anybody else would have survived the UFC. But Shinsuke would kick a lot of ass. I would love to see Shinsuke Nakamura just get in there and tear it. Just saying. All right. Thank you guys for such an awesome Q&A. I thank you guys for tuning in. I guess the best way to end this is to tweet Sami Zayn and get him to unblock me, goddammit. No, I'm just joking. Best way to end it is to like the video, share, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, donate to my PayPal if you would like to contribute to the channel and all that jazz. And buy the t-shirt. And I guess I'll catch you guys in my next video, which should be the Raw review. Might be a satirical Raw review. Might be a different kind of Raw review. We will see. But this is your boy Dalyxman signing off. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Peace. And hashtag I watched it all if you watched it all. I'm out of here.